Hi, this is KALYN, and for today's Frequency Friday, we are going to do something wonderful and magical. We're going to take our foot out of our mouth after the fact. So if, like me, every blue moon you have an experience where you said something that really put your foot in your mouth, that you kind of wish you had said differently, it didn't come out or it wasn't received the way you intended, we're going to get in the flow with it so that we change how we feel about this experience, energetically how this experience is, and really change going forward how that experience affects us. So we're going to change how the past is going to affect our future. You ready? All right, so for this semi-meditative process, we're going to look at 3 things that we didn't like about the experience when we put our foot in our mouths, kind of thing. If you'd like, you can bring a paper and a pencil to write with to sort of keep track of where you're at. Let's get going. So, to start, we're going to get ourselves in the flow just a little, just by noticing ourselves and noticing where we are. Getting ourselves into the now moment is a really great way to get us started and to empower us. So just welcome where you are. Maybe you're sitting somewhere at home on your bed. Maybe you're in a cafe. Maybe your eyes are open. Maybe your eyes are closed. Whatever it is, notice where you are, notice how you are, allowing that. So we're doing step 1, we're welcoming, and then step 2, we're allowing them. A lot of the times by welcoming, we start to allow, but we generally like to make sure we're doing both. And as you notice yourself, just let that flow. To let it flow, we just bring our focus to something else. And if you don't know what else to bring your focus to, just notice your breath. Take a deep inhale, take a deep relaxing exhale, and you've changed your focus. So let's do that one more time. Notice where you are and welcome yourself into whatever environment you're in. Allow yourself to be in that environment, thinking, feeling, experiencing that environment, whatever thought, feeling, or experience may come about that environment. And then letting that flow. Now, let's go ahead and take one nice deep cleansing breath where we welcome a nice new breath. We allow it to be here, holding our breath for 1 second, and then we let it flow, letting it go. Taking our focus off that breath. And that was just to sort of help us get into our place of power before we look at what we're going to look at now, which is the situation that occurred to us in which we put our foot in our mouth. We said something or did something that now we wish maybe we had done differently. So welcome the wishing you had done it differently, or the feeling silly or stupid, or whatever it is that you put upon it. Give yourself permission to feel the way you feel or to think whatever you think about it. Try not to let too many thoughts or feelings come forward. Notice the part of you that perhaps wishes it was different. Step 2, allow that, experience that. I know that might not be comfortable, but try to just breathe into the discomfort or the awkwardness or the regret. Whatever it is that you're experiencing. And then step 3, we're going to let that flow because we don't want to keep that experience. And Experiences and emotions are just like anything else we recycle. When we recycle them, they sort of come back anew. They're not old and icky anymore or uncomfortable. So that's the great advantage to getting in the flow. So let's do that one more time. Notice any place you have of wishing you hadn't said that or done that, any regret, that sort of place. And welcome that. Allow that to be here. Feel the awkward or discomfort or embarrassment or whatever it makes you feel. However you experience it, let yourself experience it. And then step 3, let that flow. Bring your focus back to your breath, taking a deep breath in, focusing on you, and then letting that breath go. Exhaling. Now, let's look at any self-judgment that came up due to this experience. Maybe you feel like you were mean or inconsiderate or sold yourself short, gave yourself away. However it is that you see yourself, let that be here. Welcome it. Step 2, allow it. I know this can be a little difficult because it's not easy for us to feel in a way that we don't prefer about ourselves, feel bad. But let yourself just for a minute feel bad. Experience this, because this is how we recycle it. We let it be here, and then letting it go. Taking your focus off for step 3, and bring your awareness just to you. Just notice you. If you want, take that breath again, that inhale and exhale, to center yourself. And let's do that one more time. Notice any judgment, any place of feeling bad, feeling negative, any feeling that's there at all. And step 1, welcome it. It seems counterintuitive to welcome, but that's the best way to shift the energy so that going forward, this experience won't necessarily bother us, haunt us, or if we've done something with another person, that person won't look at us through those eyes because we're shifting the energy and the experience. So welcome any self-judgment. Let it be here. Step 2, allow it. Experience it. And then step 3, letting it flow. Now, let's look at how you would like to change that experience, how you wish it had gone, or how you wish you felt. Anything, if you had a magic wand that you could do to change it. And welcome the change you would like to see. And allow yourself to feel that change, or to feel the wanting of that change. And then letting that focus flow. And one more time, welcome how you'd like to change that experience. What you'd like to see be different. And allow that to be here, no matter how you feel. It's just a feeling. So whether it's good or bad, whether you judge it as positive or negative, let it be here. Let yourself experience what you'd like to change. And then letting that flow, letting it wash away as best you can, and letting yourself Take a cleansing breath, welcoming a new fresh breath. Allowing that fresh breath to be here, and then letting that fresh breath flow with your exhale. And now, see how you feel about the experience, and see if you're feeling a little more okay with the way things are, even though you had that experience. Because a lot of the times, one of the things that happens is that when we've done some flowing with our experience, we start to get to feel okay with it, which tends to change the energetic dynamic. And so it changes how we feel and how we experience and how we next experience life. In other words, it changes our now moment and it changes our energy. So it changes what we next attract. And it also changes how the person in our experience sees us or how they feel about us, because we've changed the energetic dynamic that was between us. It had been one of not liking the experience, feeling like you put your foot in your mouth. But how are you feeling about it now? Because if you're feeling a little better, you've begun to change that experience. So notice how you feel about it now and be as honest with yourself as you can, letting the first thought or feeling that comes to mind come forward. And then let that be here now. Let the way you see it now be here. And then letting that flow, letting all of that go. And one more time, taking a cleansing breath, bringing your focus just back onto you in the now moment, and doing the best you can to really let it all flow so that you don't carry the past with you, but instead look to a brighter future. Of course, if you want to repeat this process because you feel like you still aren't comfortable with the experience, do it. You can do it as many times as you like, because this will help you get more and more into the flow, and it'll help your energy get higher and higher and help you feel better and better about this experience and many others like it, even though you aren't focusing on them. Thank you for joining me for Frequency Friday. I just started doing Frequency Fridays, and the idea is to help you get in the flow and help you raise your energy so that you are naturally living more by the law of self, allowing yourself to be who you authentically are, so that the law of attraction then comes along and helps you create more of the life you prefer to live, where you feel good about you and you are living more the way you think you're meant to live, living your dreams. If you enjoyed Frequency Friday, please be sure to subscribe so that you find out about the next Frequency Friday, or join my email list so that I can send you a link and let you know when I've got the most popular videos or other wonderful things.